Hi, I'm Captain Kate Gregory of Brighton Congress Hall Salvation Army in the United Kingdom Territory. Thank you so much for watching and for joining us in our daily Advent devotional. If you haven't seen the 4 previous days, you can click in the link just above here and it will take you to the playlist of videos and you can catch up. But you don't have to. You can jump right in here and commit to being with us each day at 9 o'clock or afterwards, as it will be posted on YouTube for you to see at any time, and join with us through to Christmas Day, exploring the unexpected Jesus. Today, day 5, the wilderness. Our reading is from Hosea 2, verses 14 to 23. Therefore, I am now going to allure her. I will lead her into the wilderness and speak tenderly to her. There I will give her back her vineyards and will make the valley of Achor a door of hope. There she will respond, as in the days of her youth, as in the day she came up out of Egypt. In that day, declares the Lord, you will call me my husband, and will no longer call me my master. I will remove the names of the Baals from her lips. No longer will their names be invoked. In that day I will make a covenant for them. With the beasts of the fields, the birds in the sky, and the creatures that move along the ground. Bow and sword and battle I will abolish from the land, so that all may lie down in safety. I will betroth you to me forever. I will betroth you in righteousness and justice, in love and compassion. I will betroth you in faithfulness, and you will acknowledge the Lord. In that day I will respond, declares the Lord. I will respond to the skies, and they will respond to the earth. And the earth will respond to the grain, the new wine and the olive oil, and they will respond to Jezreel. I will plant for her, for myself in the land. I will show my love to the one I called not my loved one. I will say to those called not my people, you are my people. And they will say, you are my God. The second chapter of Hosea continues in poetic form the themes addressed in the first chapter that we read about yesterday. Here, God is portrayed as the faithful husband who pursues his promiscuous wife to care for her and ultimately to bring her back home. When the wife leaves her faithful husband, she goes off to pursue her lovers, looking for all the things they can provide for her. Food, drink, luxuries. The husband is rightly upset. She had all of those luxuries, but never realized that he was the one who gave her the grain, the new wine and oil, who lavished on her the silver and gold. So he will hedge her in and tenderly beckon her into the wilderness. We often think of the wilderness as a place of punishment, of spiritual dryness and testing. We describe spiritual wildernesses as a place where God seems absent, or at least distant, and where we are harshly tested and very much alone. But the vision of the wilderness in Hosea is not like that. The wilderness is the place where the husband woos his wife, so that the distractions of life are removed. Here he can speak tenderly to her of vineyards, renewal, and hope. The wilderness is where God can show how he keeps her safe, how he brings love, justice, and peace. What an unexpected picture of the wilderness. This would challenge the ways that the Israelites had experienced exile. God unexpectedly reframes their experience from his perspective. If you find yourself in a spiritual wilderness this Advent season, consider for a moment how God might show up in the midst of it. Perhaps he hasn't cast you out into the wilderness at all. Maybe the wilderness is a place where distractions are stripped away and he can speak tenderly to you. Perhaps he is there with you just now, whispering of refreshment, fruitfulness, love, justice and peace. Maybe this is also a picture for the church in Western culture at the moment. Living in an increasingly complex world often leaves us feeling as though we are in a wilderness together as Christians. Are we cast out of God's favour? Or has he wooed us to a place where our layers of false spirituality, prideful trust in human power and consumer distractions are stripped away? Could this wilderness be a good place for us? A refining place where, released from misplaced hopes, our faithfulness to Christ is renewed. Listen for the voice of God. He is whispering to us of his faithfulness. He is beckoning us to return to him. He is taking from our mouths and our worship the voices of false gods, empire, money, injustice and conflict. He asks us to know him again. Do you hear his unexpected declaration spoken over us? You are my people. May we have the courage in the Spirit of Christ to renew our vows. You are our God. You might like to look up for further study John chapter 21, verse 15 to 19. But a couple of questions to ponder. When have you experienced a spiritual wilderness? And where was God in that experience? I'll close in prayer and give you a chance to think and pray personally with your Lord. Lord, I thank you that you are the one who has always provided for me and who has always loved me. Forgive me for when I have leaned on my own strength and failing to see what you have done. Make me willing today to give up some of the things I cling to that keep me from depending more on you. Help me to say, you are my God, with my whole life. Amen. And I'll see you in the morning.